everybody, welcome to my channel.
Tom Hiddleston. A portrait of talent, charm, and unexpected ferocity. Tom Hiddleston has carved out one of the most interesting and versatile careers in modern entertainment. Whether he's commanding the screen as Loki, winning hearts with his gracious off-screen demeanor, or showing up in a Shakespeare production like he casually time-traveled from the 1600s. Hiddleston brings a rare mix of intensity, elegance, and warmth to everything he touches. Early life. A quiet start for a future star born on February 9, 1981, in London. Thomas William Hiddleston grew up in a household that valued education and culture. He attended the prestigious Eton College, followed by the University of Cambridge, where he studied classics. Even in his academic life, he stood out, articulate, curious, and thoughtful, with the kind of brain that makes you wonder if he was built in a lab for British prestige. His path to acting began on stage during his school years. It didn't take long for him to realize that storytelling would be his life's calling. Later, he trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, cementing the foundation for what would become a formidable acting career. Breaking through. From Shakespeare to the big screen, Hiddleston's early career was rooted in theater, especially Shakespearean productions where he flourished. He could deliver verse like he was born, speaking iambic pentameter, and critics noticed. Roles in Cymbeline and Othello earned him awards and industry respect long before Hollywood knew his name. His first major screen break came thanks to director Kenneth Branagh, who cast him in the BBC series Wallander and later handpicked him for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Originally, Hiddleston auditioned for Thor, yes, Thor, but Branagh saw something much more electric in him, something mischievous. Loki. The role that changed everything when Tom Hiddleston stepped into the role of Loki in Thor, 2011. He didn't just play a villain, he created one of the MCU's most beloved characters. His Loki was sly, vulnerable, arrogant, funny, broken, and deeply human all at once. Fans everywhere were like, wait, why are we rooting for the guy trying to take over the world? Over the next decade, Hiddleston built Loki into a cultural icon across multiple films and, finally, the hit Disney Plus series Loki, which gave the character emotional depth and narrative weight. The show also proved something important. Tom Hiddleston is not just good at playing Loki, he is Loki in the way Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Beyond Loki, a career full of surprises. While Marvel skyrocketed his fame, Hiddleston refused to settle into one box. His career is filled with wildly varied projects. Theater Coriolanus, 2013-14, a critically acclaimed performance that showed his raw emotional power. Hamlet, 2017, directed by Branagh, intimate, intense, and unforgettable. Film Midnight in Paris, 2011, as writer F. Scott Fitzgerald, charming and dreamy. Only Lovers Left Alive, 2013, a critically adored vampire romance where he radiates ancient melancholy. Crimson Peak, 2015, Guillermo del Toro's Gothic masterpiece where he delivered a beautifully tragic performance. Kong, Skull Island, 2017. Going full action hero mode with a surprisingly smooth swagger. Television The Night Manager, 2016, which showcased him as a sharp, controlled, and magnetic leading man. The role earned him a Golden Globe. Tom is constantly switching gears, from Shakespeare to blockbusters to indie films, like he's allergic to being predictable. The man behind the spotlight, Hiddleston, isn't just respected for his acting, he's admired for his grace, humility, and thoughtful nature. Known for treating fans and colleagues with genuine kindness, he carries himself with an old-school gentleman aura, polite, articulate, sincere, and often a little self-deprecating. He's also passionate about humanitarian work, having served as a UNICEF ambassador with trips to Guinea and South Sudan to raise awareness for children in crisis. In 2022, he welcomed his first child with actress Zawe Ashton. Fatherhood suits him, he speaks about it softly, with that signature tenderness he's known for. Legacy. A star with staying power, Tom Hiddleston is one of those rare performers who can do anything and make it look effortless. He's proven that charm and depth aren't mutually exclusive, that villains can become fan favorites, and that classical training can blend beautifully with blockbuster spectacle. From the halls of Eton to the cosmic realms of the MCU, his journey is a testament to talent guided by heart, and a reminder that the best actors are storytellers first. Tom Hiddleston, the artistry, mindset, and mystique of a modern icon. Extended, a classical actor in a blockbuster world. One of the most fascinating things about Tom Hiddleston is how he merges classical technique with modern storytelling. He didn't enter Hollywood through a pop culture path, he arrived through Shakespeare, Rada, and deeply literary training. And you can feel that foundation in his work. Actors with this background tend to do one of two things: stay in strict theater, period drama lanes, or leap into the mainstream and lose their roots. Tom somehow does both. When he plays Loki, you can see hints of Shakespearean tragedy, betrayal, exile, longing for acceptance. When he plays characters in The Night Manager or Crimson Peak, there's a poetic, emotional precision that sets him apart from typical leading men. He's a classically trained actor who became a global sensation without watering down his craft. That's rare. His acting philosophy. Empathy as power. Tom often talks about the idea of storytelling as a force for compassion. He believes that acting is about understanding the emotional architecture of another human being, and he goes all in. He prepares obsessively. For Loki, he researched Norse mythology and Jungian archetypes. For The Night Manager, he shadowed British intelligence operations. For Crimson Peak, he studied Gothic literature and Victorian manners. He's curious in a way that feels almost childlike, excited, thoughtful, eager to explore. That energy spills into every performance. The range. A look at his major roles in depth. Star 1. Loki, the trickster who became a legend. What makes his Loki different from typical villains? Humanity. Beneath the snark and mischief, Loki is lonely, wounded, desperate to matter. Duality. He smiles while he's bleeding inside. Tom loves exploring the mask. Evolution. Few characters in the MCU have such rich arcs: betrayal, growth, self-reflection, redemption. When the Loki series gave him full narrative ownership, Tom delivered one of the MCU's most emotional and philosophically rich performances, a meditation on destiny, identity, and free will. Loki stopped being a villain. He became a myth. Star 2. The Night Manager, his most mature performance as Jonathan Pine. Tom plays a morally anchored man navigating corruption, a spy whose calm demeanor hides internal storms, a character driven by justice rather than ego. His performance is sharp, elegant, quietly intense, the kind of work that screams serious actor without trying. The Golden Globe was completely deserved. Star 3. Only Lovers Left Alive, the melancholic poet vampire. If you haven't seen this one, treat yourself. Tom's portrayal of Adam, a centuries-old musician drowning in ennui, is haunting and intimate. His physicality is slow, deliberate, fragile. His voice becomes soft and weighted with time. He radiates ancient sorrow in a way that feels almost surreal. It's one of his most artistic roles, and a fan favorite for good reason. Star 4. Crimson Peak, Gothic mystery at its finest. As Sir Thomas Sharpe, he glides with aristocratic charm, hides deep moral conflict, unfolds.
Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.